Well, so far wala pa. The last time that I asked my staff last night. Tinanong ko siya kung meron pa tayong natanggap ang opisina ko na information regarding the schedule. Nakipag-coordinate na ba sila after several attempts to really reach them out. Nang tumatawag kami and then sumulat din po kami. So wala pa rin po. As of last night, hindi pa rin po tayo nakakuha ng hindi pa tayo nakakuha ng response from the office of the Vice President.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
okay. That's no. Pero umaasa pa
Yeah.
kayo kung, I mean, are you still going to try to talk to her and, plan what her options are kung meron pa?
To be honest with you, Ina, mukhang wala na eh. I'm now trying to focus on what would happen. Well, 28 26 if I'm not mistaken yung schedule na plenary debate, no? Doon sa budget ng Office of the Vice President. There's still time pa naman eh. We will try to really reach the office. Pero yung intention really kasi pag binabalikan ko rin yung sagot niya, even yung napanood ko na rin yung clip ng interview niya, sabi niya pinapaubayan na raw niya sa House of Representatives. So I take that as a sign na there won't be any possible meet up or pag-uusap kasi parang yun na yun ang sagot niya.
Alright.
Pero you have a direct line, Kong. Ibig sabihin, kahit sa kanyang spokesperson ngayon, si Michael Poe, walang ganon, walang kung ano.
Yung staff ko po ang may direct line sa kanila dahil after nung budget briefing, I heard towards the Vice President while she was leaving. Tinanong ko siya if possible. So ang chief of staff ko naman sabi ko, just leave your number para mag-coordinate kasi I know she will be busy also. And tayo naman po din may ibang mga ahensya na iso-sponsor. So hindi lang po ang focus natin is the Office of the Vice President. There are also various agencies that were assigned to us. So sabi ko baka yung mga staff namin ang pwede mag-usap. So that's why yung chief of staff ko, she keeps on calling and in fact we already sent a letter. So wala pa hanggang ngayon.
Kumbaga, exhausted all the efforts already. Pero paliwanag natin, Gong, sa ating mga manonood, sa mga nakikinig ngayon. This is not final yet, no? Paliwanag niyo po yung proseso sa kapatiran ng ating mga manonood lang. This is not final yet, pero this has been the recommendation of the Budget Committee. Ano po yung proseso ba? Pupunta yan ng plenary, pupunta ng Senado, ibibito ng Pangulo. Ano po yung mga chances dyan? Sige.
Well, tama po, Michael, no? It's not yet the final version of the House ng appropriations bill. It's a recommendation from the Committee on Appropriations. Aakyat yan sa plenaryo, yun ang magiging recommendation nila. Pag-uusapan yan. Kasi remember mo, di ba, na-defer nung second hearing. Yes, twice na na-defer. Ibig sabihin lang nung deferment is hindi the committee hasn't taken action on it kung ano yung magiging resulta. It had to, well, in this case, it had to go through the EXICOM para pag-usapan doon. Kasi the pre-budget deliberation is supposedly that's an avenue for the exchanges, yung pag-uusap ng ahensya at yung membro ng Kongreso. So since wala pong ahensya na umattend noong deliberasyon, so wala rin pong action yung committee na yon para mapag-usapan, no?
Ay.
Nawala yung audio mo ako.
Ayan.
Ayan.
Yan, go. Yan,
so ang mangyari is pumunta sa EXICOM, and then the EXICOM decided to realign some of the items, yung funding in the items na naka-identify doon at i-realign nila doon sa mga ahensya na merong mga similar na mga programa tulad ng assistance, tulad ng libreng sakay, tulad ng magnegosyo taday, and many others, no? Kasi naisip nila na similar yung program, similar yung targeted beneficiaries, and they think that it's the mandate of these agencies, the primary mandate of these agencies to deliver these services. So ganun yung nagiging recommendation. So tama, hindi final because the plenary will take action on it.
Oo. Kung ito medyo curious ako dito. When you talk on the role of, being the budget sponsor, actually,
Yan, sige.
hinihintay ko yung mo yung ikaw na magsasalita doon, explaining the budget, trying to defend it, whatsoever. Did you ever think it was going to end up like this? Did you expect VP Sara to act that way? How did you feel? I'm sure it puts you in a difficult situation being the sponsor.
Yes, hindi ko wala akong hindi ko in-expect, to be honest with you. But although to some extent I was expecting na merong sagutan from the proponent, kasi yung issue is yung confidential funds, 'di ba? So alam ko may mga kasama tayo sa committee na magtatanong ng ganun. So well, I had that inkling na magkakaroon ng palitan, no, ng salita. Pero I wasn't expecting that yung worst nung ganun ng magiging resulta. So of course, flat-footed tayo nung I mean, we were caught really surprised. So yes, it makes a lot difficult for the sponsor. Mas hindi lang naman ata ako. It's already a difficult job to sponsor a budget.
Correct.
Maski yung ibang mga ahensya, mahirap talaga mag-sponsor. Hindi po biro yan. Isipin mo, hindi lang po ang nakikinig sa iyo yung mga kasamahan mo sa Kongreso. Nakikinig po sa iyo ang taong bayan. Kasi pinag-uusapan naman po talaga dyan yung pera nila. Diba? Saan mo pagagastosan yung pera ng taong bayan. So imagine the pressure, imagine the yung expectation. At least the members would expect the proponent to really have a wide range of information and knowledge on the budget that is being proposed by specific agency, because that's the only way you can convince the members is really to present a clear and concise and comprehensive budget presentation. So it's already difficult, no? And it makes it difficult kung yung sponsor talaga ay very limited lang yung kanyang access doon sa materials na yon.